so many of my friends, I'm just speaking for me, they don't know about the issue. They don't know that there is a way that we could have a system where we are not told everything what we can and cannot do.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
We are just ingrained in, and that's how it is.
And people don't understand. It will just get worse. As we do
Right.
this, more and more
It's
people
tighter.
will be like, I don't know what to do if government's not helping me.
And the box gets
And then they go, I have to go to the bathroom. And it's like, I have a government agent that helps me when I go in there.
Exactly.
Because I just can't seem to do it anymore.
How do you plan on educating? How,
Well,
like, I know
we
you-
have to get the message out the same way. The Libertarian Party of Texas, I don't think, has ever had someone like me involved at this level, and I think that things are going to change. I think that, and I'm not expecting us to change the world tomorrow. I'm not even expecting us to, you know, when everybody looks up at the president, that's what they don't get. They're looking up at the president and like, oh, we've got to stop this guy or this guy or that guy. And then they don't even worry about politics for 4 more years, but everything that happens to them in their life is somehow that guy's fault. You know, when it's really not. I mean, you got Mayor Tom Lever selling you a hotel.
Yes.
You know, you've got Governor Rick Perry selling you toll roads that he wants to sell to his friends in France. I mean, you've got all this craziness going on right around you.
Right.
So what if the Libertarian Party just got a state rep elected? What if it only required 8,000 votes? What if we started with that? What if we started getting state reps elected and then we moved on from there? If we sit there and say, okay, it's got to be this or nothing. But the other purpose that the Libertarian Party serves is just to actually be a think tank to get this information out there so people know it exists. Get people to sponsor the idea of freedom. And we go from there. Think about this. The Tea Party, when it first started, I thought, I think this is really going to this is going to be a big thing. I was a Ron Paul fan back in the day. Well, I'm still a Ron Paul fan to this day. But when the Tea Party started, they had this whole thing about, it was all about the bailouts. You know, the TARP bailouts. And I mean, the bailouts aren't the half of everything that was going on at this time, but they had these bailouts, and that's all they were focused on. And I thought, well, this is great. And so many people, I mean, if you really interviewed people, I think 80% of America is like, yeah. And if you could properly explain to them about the bailouts, 80 to 90% of America would say, yeah, I'm absolutely against the bailouts.
Right.
But what happened is there was a huge movement, and then the Republicans were like, oh my God, what are we going to do? And they were smart. They said, we'll take over the movement. So now if you notice the Tea Parties, they don't really talk about the bailouts. They don't talk about putting guys in Goldman Sachs in jail. They don't talk about they don't talk about things that are costing a lot of money even. It's just like, it's become, the platform of the Republican Party is very much what you see in a good deal of the Tea Parties. I can't throw them all under the bus. It would be wrong to do that because I know that there are certain Tea Party groups around that believe different things, but the big ones have been hijacked to the point that they are certain that you will maintain the party line. They do not mind telling you John Boehner, Paul Ryan, Eric Cantor, Pete Sessions are all excellent, fabulous people. They will tell you that up and down, even though those guys all voted for the bailouts. You know, I mean, so they've been hijacked to the point where you'll never make a difference. You have to me, the Libertarian Party does make a difference, and we're there for those people in the Tea Party that get fed up with the Tea Party if they want to come in and join. And they can vote for whoever they like in the primaries they can vote for whoever they want for president, etc. It's just the fact that we want those people to really believe in this message. Because the last part about what the Libertarian Party does is, think about it this way. If the Libertarian Party gets 20% of the votes in a race, you are going to see the Democrats and the Republicans both acting a lot more libertarian, which in the end is another reason for being. I mean, it's not, you know, on our way to establishing ourselves as getting these local candidates elected. Along that way, our congressional candidates might start getting 16% or something like that, 20%, and all of a sudden you're going to see the Republicans go, okay, well, maybe we don't need these wars. Maybe I'm willing to cut back a little bit on defense. Maybe I'm willing to do this and that and the other. And you're going to see the Democrats say, well, okay, well, maybe I need to put the brakes on spending.
Right.
And would that be such a horrible thing? Would that be such a, it wouldn't be a horrible thing to be a part of or to do. And so that's just...
It is for political reasons.
Yeah, and if they do it for political reasons, that's fine with me as long as they do it. Now but the truth of it is we've seen enough of this, and we've seen this whole game be played, and we now see, I'm sorry to say it again, Eric Cantor, Paul Ryan, Pete Sessions, Boehner, Mitch McConnell, all on TV as these representatives of true fiscal conservativeness when they can't even take $36 billion off of a budget, which is like 1% of the budget. They couldn't knock 1% off.
Wow.
If they can't do that, how are we ever going to get out of this?